Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 275th edition of Cinema Effect, the podcast where we review and talk about a different movie every single Monday. And this week, I'll get it right. The movie is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which opened in the UK on November 15th, 2002. It was directed by Chris Columbus once again. It is a fantasy film, and the synopsis says, Harry Potter lives his second year at Hogwarts with Ron and Hermione when a message on the wall announces that the legendary Chamber of Secrets has been opened. The trio soon realise that to save the school, it will take a lot of courage. Wow. Jaden, we're back. This is obviously completely unintentional that now it's two Harry Potter reviews in a row.
Yeah.
We're like the Harry Potter crew here, apparently.
This time it's my fault for changing schedule. And Liam
Yeah.
could have made it. I think last time it was just entirely on Liam.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think if it works out, I mean, who knows? This could coincidentally or not keep going, and we just end up. This becomes our series that we just do. Or
Well, he hasn't watched the first two yet, so I know it's not hard to jump in, especially when you've seen them before. But do you think he'll catch up with 1, 2, 3, or do you think he'll just jump into 3?
I think he's just going to jump into 3. I think he's going to do what I usually do and just jump into 3.
Oh, right. You just skip the first two, do you?
If I'm just casually rewatching by myself, I skip to 3. Usually.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So I think he's probably going to do the same. If I were to bet. Anyways, Chamber of Secrets. Jaden, what do you think this time?
I think it's the same. Did I speak about over familiarity in Philosopher's Stone and finally getting to me?
Not as much.
No,
I think it came up a little bit, but not as that wasn't your conclusion about the film. I don't think.
Yeah. I think I may have focused a bit more on this one, but that might also just be because it's always been one of my least favorites. My least favorite. So maybe I'm just feeling a bit more because of that as well. I still think it's very solid. I still think it's incredible. But it's in recent rewatches, it's been going off for me, whereas this, it wouldn't be the case on this one. I think it's a huge step up production-wise. CG, physical sets, all that looks so much better. I think even just, I don't know. I think the quality of the story might be a bit better as well, to be honest. I think it's a bit more interesting, the mystery behind it.
Yeah.
It gives you a bit more to chew on. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting that it's always been the weakest one, but when I try and pinpoint what exactly it is, it's hard to say. Especially in comparison to the other ones, it's what's it missing or what's it have? I think length. I think it's too long. I know that's something we said for the first one, but I think this one's definitely too long for what it is. Maybe it's just that. I don't know. It's yeah. I think I sound quite negative on it, but that's it's still a great movie, but I think I sound low at the moment, but that's not the case. It's just just getting some initial things out there.
Yeah. I think the thing you're speaking on is the fact that it's in this kind of middle spot between when the series gets more mature, really starting with Azkaban, visually and tonally and all that, and it not being the first one and not introducing you to, not getting that benefit of the doubt or that benefit of it being the introduction to the world. And so it just kind of exists in the middle spot where it's just kind of it's just another one of the first one, but not everything's as new. So I think that's traditionally what it's been for me in terms of how it's fitted in. And this film has traditionally been my least favorite as well. But this was interesting because what we predicted in the last review ended up coming true, which is I actually like this movie more than Philosopher's Stone this time.
Yeah.
Which is the first time I've ever felt that way, ever. I'd always this had always been at the bottom of my rankings because of that maturity thing I was speaking of. We hadn't quite reached that Azkaban yet because it's the longest one as well. I totally agree with that. But going back to it now for the first time in 6 years, I just enjoyed the story a lot more this time. Yeah. I think what you said about that, I give it extra points for that, for sure. It's just more interesting than the first one to me. I found this movie to be also pretty comedically entertaining. It balances the darker stakes with some charming and funny moments really well, I think. Like, obviously, the first film's got plenty of charm, but I
Mm,
just found myself laughing a lot more in this movie, actually,
sure.
in terms of the performances and just small little moments of like little shots of like of the child actors doing funny stuff. And I don't know, I really was just more, I think, entertained by it in that respect. Um, so yeah, I feel like we might be kind of like whatever this is,
Yeah.
going up and down a little bit independently. But yeah, this is like a whole new era for me right now with the Chamber of Secrets, to be honest.
Mm.
I dug it a lot. Um, you mentioned right away that you think it's a huge step up production wise.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
I'm curious about that 'cause I don't know if I entirely agree, but I wanna hear you make your
Really?
case.
I don't know. I just think that I don't know. I can't like. I think that especially with like the exterior shots of the castle, like in the first one, there like I think I spoke about like it just kind of feels like random heritage just a place in England. Whereas this one, it feels like it's I don't know whether it's dressed up or just lit in a way that's more dynamic to make it seem a bit more of a real location. Like when I think about it, like I think specifically of the Quidditch scene in the first one, like it's so kind of flat and bright that I'm like this could just be like kind of shot on any given day in the countryside. And I'm like, it doesn't, it looks nice because like the building looks nice, but like it doesn't really feel like special. Whereas like now, like Hogwarts feels like a more magical place to me. I don't know,
Okay.
and I think when you compare the basilisk to the troll, and when you look at
Mm,
Aragog and his effects as well, they're incredible.
mm.
Um, I think Aragog is a really good achievement in production design, or whatever you want to call it. Is it? Is
Really?
yeah. I
I'm
think it's a
like,
great kind of model. You know, it's a um
yeah.
I don't know. Like it's the perfect amount of like scary and like not, and then I think it's a
He is like he's not CG, right? He's like a
no
model.
he's like a
Yeah.
like a physical model but I think it's like a well constructed one. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is good. It's
Yeah,
definitely good. That whole scene is just such a yeah, nah, hell nah from me.
yeah,
Just in terms of it being like, I don't know, nightmare stuff,
yeah.
to be
That's where
honest.
that's like I always think I'm like that's the point where I tap out of being Harry's friend. You know, if I was there,
Oh,
I cannot do this.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Every time in that scene, I don't know why, I'm disappointed with Aragog every time
Oh, that he
because
said someone the
yeah, because
yeah.
it's like I don't know, he's being helpful, he's having a chat with them, and then at the end, he's just like, "Oh, we're gonna eat you now." And every time, I'm like, dude, come on, man, like really? I don't know. It's like I want it to go differently every time, but it never
Yeah,
does. Um, yeah, this. I guess I get what you're saying. Like the CG. Okay, I totally agree with that. Like the creatures for sure.
mm,
The basilisk looks pretty damn decent, I
yeah.
think.
Some of the long shots still expose that it's old, but like
Yeah. I wouldn't say it feels like of today, but
yeah,
it shits on the troll. I think I
yeah.
agree with that. But the funny thing about that though is that this film had in the trivia here that they shot this film like production started 3 days after Philosopher's Stone came out.
Yeah, right.
So this, which obviously makes it you knew this was going to be a tight turnaround with it being literally coming out 12 months later,
Mm.
and that's always the plan. And they obviously wanted to make sure that the child actors, didn't age up too much, and that was the whole idea of how they scheduled the shooting of these films. But I don't know, that fast is kind of insane. That's crazy. Like I assume they had. So Chris would have been wrapping up post production on the first one while he's doing pre production on this one.
Yeah, probably.
That's crazy. That crossover, I don't know. That's kind of mind boggling. And they do go back to a lot of the same locations, like the hallways, and they reuse a lot of the same sets.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of new stuff as well that they built, for sure. I think my favorite. I mean, I've actually got a few. There's a lot of cool new sets I like. I really like the But I mean, just going to the Weasley's home for the first time is like, I love that.
Yeah. I
That's
always
really
forget that
neat.
Harry hadn't seen it because this is like his first time reaction to it. You know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mad.
Harry's. It's really cool that Harry's stoked to be there too because it reminds you that like early in the film that there's still like plenty of wonder to discover after the first film.
Mm.
Like he's still discovering new shit that's like blowing his mind about the magic world, because he's only been in it for like a year at this point. So it's still all relatively new to him as well. And I guess that continues. Like I'm thinking about, we'll get there with the Goblet of Fire. There's scenes at the start that are like he's still like going, "Holy shit, this is sick."
Mm.
So it doesn't. And the series never entirely loses that, which is great. And I guess the Weasley home is the example of that. It's just such a cool. I mean, I like, it's a cool set interior and all that, but I just love like the look of it from the outside and like the farm vibes, the crazy ass, like how many like 7 stories or whatever it is.
Mm.
It's cool.
I think
I like
it's
it a lot.
Weasley House is another one that changes slightly throughout the series, isn't it? Like we talked about how like Hogwarts and Hagrid's hut really changes, but I think the Burrow
Yeah.
changes as well.
I don't know exactly how, to be honest. I haven't really noticed.
I don't know. It seems a bit more. I mean, it seems like rural country, but like there's like a lane, like kind of that leads to it. It just seems like a bit more like villagey. Whereas like I think like in the future it goes a bit more farm, even more so.
Yeah, it might. Yeah. The I think, were there any other main ones of those that stood out to you this time in terms of like changes in location? The main one that stood out to me was like the Whomping Willows, like placement totally changes in the next film.
Yeah, big time, doesn't it? Yeah, because it's
In this one, it's like it looks like it's in a courtyard or something. Kind of like it's close to. It looks like it's close to other buildings and stuff.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
not
like,
really the
there's the
case.
possibility that there's multiple of them, but like in Hogwarts Legacy, like, where's the canon location for it?
Yeah, good point. Is that should that be the reference for all canon locations? Hogwarts Legacy, probably.
I mean, yeah, maybe it's like the earliest point now.
Yeah, maybe it should be. Yeah, I don't think I went to it in Hogwarts Legacy yet, to be honest. I'm not sure, but yeah, no, but there's not multiple of them, right? I don't think so.
Probably not.
I think I only remember there ever being one in the books, or One thing I do have to ask about the Weasleys. I love the introduction of Arthur Weasley, by the way.
Dude, I didn't realize he wasn't in the first one.
Right?
Yeah.
You kind of forget.
Yeah.
And I guess Molly's only in the first one for one scene, like at the platform, I guess. Yeah. But like, obviously, she's the same actress. Well, Arthur's great though. I just think he's hilarious. He's still in only like 2 scenes in this movie.
Yeah.
But he comes in and like the way he reacts to Harry, he's like, "Are you really Harry Potter?" And then I love his line, "What exactly is the function of a rubber duck?" And the way he delivers it is so funny. It's like, I don't know, it cracked me up big time. So shout out to Arthur Weasley. Well, but one thing I do have to ask is, why are the Weasleys so poor?
I mean, there's 7 of them.
But I don't know. They're not like living above their means, and he's got a government job, right?
Yeah. Molly doesn't work, does she? I don't know, actually.
Why does he work for? I don't know. It doesn't. Yeah, maybe should Molly get off her ass and get a job?
I mean, to be fair, she was taking care of kids for the past 20 years?
Yeah, a lot of kids. Yeah. A lot of kids.
And like in the Wizarding world, like, do you not send your child away until they're 11? Like, is there no like school before that at all?
Yeah, good point.
So like, was she like? It was probably constant care of Ginny, was it? And like all the other kids beforehand as well.
So yeah, that actually would be a full-time job.
Yeah.
I think maybe Wizarding mothers really have, I don't know, they've been really given the short end of the stick in terms of like they're compared to the Muggles. They're like, what, Muggles get to send their kids to school when they're 5, and I have to do this for an extra 6 years?
Yeah. Yeah. So when you take into account like what? So what is it? 6, 7 kids? 6, 7. Yeah. When you take into account, 7 kids on a single salary.
Yeah, I suppose. So, but hang on. So obviously Lucius works in the ministry as well.
Yeah, but the Malfoys are just rich from like
they've got inheritance, or what's the word? That's not the word I'm looking for. What's the
generational wealth?
Generational wealth. That's exactly. Yeah. They've got generational. Because I was going to say, is the only reason Malfoy's rich is just because they've just got one kid?
Could be as well. Well, like, even like the Potters are rich as shit as well. I mean, to be fair, they also do have generational wealth. We find out later.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Like, they didn't have to spend any of it, because they had one baby.
Yeah, I mean that'd be funny if it was just down to that. Like, guys, just stop having kids. Like they could have the Weasleys could have just stopped having kids, and that would have
Mm,
solved all their problems. But maybe not. I don't know. I don't also don't know how well the ministry pays, so I shouldn't just assume. You know.
yeah.
Um, man, what are some other cool sets in this movie? This might be actually my favorite set in the franchise. I don't know how you feel about this, but Dumbledore's office is an absolute banger.
Yeah, and it's one like the inside changes a little bit, but like it remains fairly consistent throughout the films.
Yes,
Um, yeah, very cozy, very nice office.
love
Um,
it.
yeah, important shit always happens there. You know, it's always
Yeah,
I don't know when
yeah.
they use it well. It's never just bluff.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's spot on. Yeah, that's right. It's always. I think. I mean, it's a very cool set anyway. But then I think part of my affection for it is because like so many cool scenes happen there for sure, and will
Mhm.
continue to happen there as we go. Man, I just think the bird. I don't know what that bird statue is at the front. You'd think it. I like by default. I think it's just a phoenix, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't know. I know really. Eagle
It's probably in
maybe.
the book.
No,
An eagle.
Raven.
It looked closer up. It looked mythological though. It didn't
Okay.
look like
Right.
I don't know what exactly it is, but I don't know. God, it's just so cool, man. God, it's so sick. I think I like it so much just because it's super well decorated. It's got tons of like history and like feels very lived in, but it's also if it's not big, you
Mm,
know, it is like you said, it's kind of cozy. It is kind of like it feels like appropriately balanced between like extravagant because it's Dumbledore, but also like I don't know, not too crazy. Like it's not like showy
mm,
necessarily. It just feels quite functional as well. Which Dumbledore doesn't strike me as the one who who would be vain about wanting to have a grand office for the sake of it. Which it doesn't quite go that far. So I dig that office a lot for sure. Um, yeah, I don't know. Any other examples that jumped out like to your
Um,
comment?
I think Quidditch looks infinitely better as well.
You
Um,
really?
I mean, infinitely maybe a bit strong, but like when I think about the CG kind of figures in the background of the previous one compared to this one, like it's years ahead. Um,
It's precisely a year ahead,
yeah,
actually.
well, it's yeah, feels multiple years ahead.
Yeah.
But even like I don't know, it just feels maybe it's because you have Draco as the other seeker, so like it's you have a bit more of an antagonist vibe to it rather than just like another player. Like like the kind of chase of it feels a bit more exciting as well. So like it's I mean like Quidditch came back and continues to come back. Um, and I'm pretty sure that they're very successful in keeping it entertaining. But like this, like like this for this one as well. Like it is a good job of showing you the same thing, different. Kind of like what you were
Yeah.
talking about last week with how um, they never do the same thing twice really with the Ben Richards captures. There's only really one big thing. They keep it entertaining by changing it up. That's what they do here.
Yeah,
Next time they
for
get
sure.
umbrellas and Dementors. So can't
Hell yeah. No future spoilers. No future spoilers. Um, no, you're right. And I that's that's obviously something from the book, but I also appreciate how right away like and it applies to Quidditch, it applies to honestly pretty much everything in this movie and continuing on is that JK is like always trying to mix everything up,
mm,
including not doing things not like sticking too close to a formula like there is a structure to like how things to include in a year of Hogwarts, right? With Quidditch or getting on the Hogwarts Express or going to Diagon Alley for shopping. But here immediately, even right away in the second one, she's mixing it up. You get the Nocturne Alley. You get obviously they don't go on the Hogwarts Express this time,
mm,
and it feels like from here on out, at any moment where those moments are important, they're mixed up.
yeah,
If they're not important, they're usually just kind of skipped, which is fine. Um, So yeah, no, kudos for that. I like that a lot too.
yeah. Even
Um,
classes wise, like in the book, I think they repeat a bit more, but
mm,
like I think it's fine. I enjoyed it in the book. Like in the series, like classes feel different. I mean, one of the big parts of that is the rotating roster of Defense Against Dark Arts teachers.
Yes.
But then as well, like even when you get back into potions in year 6, oh, that's not a spoiler. But you know, it's done differently. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this time they spend the time in the classrooms that are new. Like you get what's it called? Goddamn. Oh my god, what flower class? What's that? For herbology.
Botany. Yeah.
Which is obviously kind of stands out because it's just so bizarre with the weird little flower. What are they
Mandrakes.
called? Mandrakes. God, they suck.
Mm.
I would hate that class. That'd be absolutely, if I went to Hogwarts, that'd be by far my least favorite class.
Dude, I always thought that fucking Draco punches his, like, not just like kind of shoves it down.
He really wanted to punch it.
Yeah, but like in my memory, he did punch it.
Not quite. I think that had to have been the direction though for Tom. It was like really act like you really want to punch it, but you can't, or you won't.
Yeah.
Because goddamn, yeah, that scene was I wasn't into if I was in that classroom, I wouldn't be a fan of that shit. But yeah, no, you're right. I think the only other classrooms we really get is like obviously Lockhart, Defense Against the Dark Arts. Do you have experience with the Lego game?
With some of them, but because was there only one? No, there was multiple. I don't know. I played one.
They split them into two. They cover all the years in 2 games.
Right. I played one of them, but not all the way through, I think.
I just remember, I was just going to say, because I remember like the Pixies scene, where all the Pixies get loose. I remember that from the Lego game quite distinctly for some reason. It's like the main part of the Lego game I remember. I think because I've always found it quite annoying. You got to like get the Pixies back in. And like, I think I was kind of confused on that when I was like 8. So I think that always stuck out to me for that reason. But then I think the only other classroom scene is McGonagall, like when she gives her a spiel on what the Chamber of Secrets is. Which was exposition, but I thought it was decently framed, where it's like the students are curious and I'm sure everyone's been talking about it, and she's just like, yeah, whatever, I'll just, may as well just, it's not going to, this topic isn't going to go away by itself, so I may as well just address it.
Yeah. Better to put out an official release rather than like, let rumors spread. Yeah. I think the scene also just gives way for another comedic moment that you talked about earlier, in that you kind of get fun with Ron's wand, and he fucks up the spell, which becomes a running gag in the film. But a good one, I think.
I agree, it's a good one. Lockhart as a so Lockhart, great character. We agree.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. He like obviously I was aware of Lockhart. But I think what I took away from it this time was more so just like he is even more of a dumbass than I remembered.
Oh, really?
Surprisingly. Like I knew the whole thing was that he's a fraud and then he's, all that.
Yeah.
And then like he wasn't who he says he is. So I remember all that. I forgot that he's actually completely incompetent in basically every way except memory charms, of course.
Yeah.
And then the way he just botches every situation, I was like, God, this guy really is the worst. He really sucks.
Yeah.
But he's great. He's very entertaining. Can you believe that? That's Sator.
Yeah, it's always hard to imagine. But like even before this, like he'd had his dramatic chops like going.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Kenneth Branagh was very entertaining in this movie. There was some other, as is the case with a lot of these films, casting alternatives. Hugh Grant was originally cast as Lockhart, but was forced to withdraw due to scheduling conflicts at the last minute.
Yeah, Hugh Grant, who is now Dumbledore.
No, that's Hugh Laurie.
Is it? I was really hoping to be right with that, but
shit,
I couldn't remember. I was like, I'll just go with
it. Yeah. No, that's funny. The Hugh Grant, that would be also pretty damn good, I've got to say.
Yeah.
But that does explain a bit more, I think, like the whole all the girls think he's really cute thing.
Oh, you don't think Kenneth Branagh is attractive?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just
yeah, Hugh Grant would make more sense. Yeah.
Absolutely, like no shade against Kenneth Branagh. He just kind of feels a bit old, even then. for like these 13-year-old girls to think he's hot. You know what I mean? Like Hugh
Mm.
Grant would fit that for sure.
Yeah. Yes.
So that kind of explains that part a bit. But Kenneth Branagh, nonetheless, was very entertaining as like, the guy who's full of himself and thinks he's brilliant and all that, and just blustering his way through everything. He was really fun for sure. I guess in terms of other new characters, I can use this transition. I guess Jason Isaacs was originally auditioned. Sorry, he originally auditioned for Lockhart, but Chris Columbus asked him to try Lucius Malfoy instead. Isaacs didn't want to because it was too similar to his role as Captain Hook in Peter Pan, but he was too polite to say no. When he was offered the part, Isaacs almost turned it down, but family members convinced him to do it.
Mm.
Thank God.
No, I think
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love Isaacs in this role. I think he's fantastic. I think he ended up pretty happy with it in the end as well. He's
surely, yeah.
Like his social media presence and interaction with the role has historically been pretty good. I'm pretty sure. So I think not something he regrets. Obviously, he's been followed of it. But yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. He's perfect in the role. Basically every scene he's in, he just steals it. Honestly,
Mm.
he's not even in a ton of the movie, but right down, from the intro in that shop, that bookstore in Diagon Alley, and like I don't know, like I think every time, like when he comes in and he's like, now, Draco, and he like you sort of think, or at least I think I did on like my first viewing, was like you think, oh, he's going to be like
He's gonna
keeping
reel him in.
Draco in check.
Yeah.
Or something like, and you only think that for like 20 seconds,
Yeah.
but and then you realize, oh no, he's worse, and like he like actually abuses his goddamn elves and shit. Yeah. So and like obviously it makes sense because that's where Draco gets it all from. But it's just funny how like he I don't know, he just has a different vibe when he comes in right off the bat because he's not like the school bully character. He's actually like far more evolved and worse, and you sort of don't realize it right away. But yeah, I don't know. And then when he comes back in at the end, when he storms back in Dumbledore's office at the end, he's just so slimy, dude. My God, this guy.
I think with Malfoy you also get Dobby is the other big introduction that I forget about. Historically I'm not a fan of, especially with his reappearance in other ones, but like I actually didn't mind him too much in this one, on this rewatch. I think Toby Jones is fantastic. I love Toby Jones so much.
I forget that's Toby Jones.
Yeah, this time I was kind of like willing myself to hear it from the start, and I was like, oh yeah, no, like, yeah, obvious. But yeah, I think Dobby sometimes doesn't work for me on certain watches. Like this one, he did. Because sometimes, like he goes too far. I think my thinking is he goes too far with like his trying to get Harry to stay away, and I'm like it's just like interfering too much. But like this one, I was like, oh no, he's like it's ample amounts, and then like it's not overly so yeah.
He does ruin a lot.
Yeah.
Especially at the start. But yeah, Dobby. Yeah, I like Dobby. I'm with you. I think I get why. I don't think Dobby like deserves any hate. I feel like I don't know if I could like reasonably like hate Dobby, but I can sort of I see some people falling either way on it, where it's like,
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say he's my favorite part of the movie, but no, I like him. I appreciate him. I feel sorry for him appropriately. Which is good. He's not like too annoying or anything. He's very disruptive, like you said, to the plot and to Harry's life, unfortunately. But he's trying to do good. He's trying to help, I guess. How do you feel like his CG, that side of him, held up this time?
Pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have any issues with it. Which is another thing I was like, it is another one I was looking out for, like on him. And like I was like, it's 2002. I think it's quite good.
I think so too. Like I don't like. He's no Gollum. Gollum looks definitely better.
Yeah.
but like, yeah, no, like he fits. He fits in. He doesn't stand out like a sore thumb or anything. I don't think. Was
No,
Toby Jones wasn't there doing mocap?
I don't think so. No, it's that'd be a interesting one.
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder. Like, what? I don't even haven't seen behind the scenes of that. Is there a kid doing mocap? Is there nothing? Is there a
No,
tennis
I
ball?
think it is like a kind of stick thing. Like it's primitive. I think the visual indicator that he's there like for the actor. I think it's like pretty basic, isn't it? Oh no, it's a doll.
Okay,
It's a doll. I think it's a doll. Yeah, yeah.
it's a doll.
I'm pretty sure it's just a doll of Dobby. Yeah.
Oh wow! So that's like the old, yeah, it's like the old Jar Jar thing.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, interesting. That's
Yeah.
funny how these days you picture like the goddamn mocap suits and all the ball detector things and all that. But it
Yeah.
is funny how back in the day, like obviously they do that now because it's better. I get that, but it's funny how back in the day they were able to achieve something competent and pretty damn good with just a doll. You know what I mean? Like it goes to show, like I guess I'm sure it's very helpful, but you don't necessarily need all that stuff. I guess it's just kind of funny.
I don't know. I think in the books Dobby comes back a fair bit more, but I think in the films he doesn't rock up again until what, 5.
Dude, he doesn't come back. Is he? He's not in 5. Is he? Wait, are we? Oh my god! I love how we just had a whole
I
thing about
think
future
you.
spoilers.
I mean, like him coming back isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, yeah,
I
no,
think
you're
I
right.
think you do see him at Grimmauld Place.
No, I don't think you
No,
do. In the
uh,
book, you definitely do. I don't think he's in the movie. It's only Creature, dude. I think Dobby doesn't come back.
until
I think he's only in one more movie, which is actually kind of funny when you think about it, because
yeah,
that means that like he was cut every time from every subsequent movie until he kind of had to be there. Whereas in the books, it's
yeah,
like a natural, like, oh, he's a recurring character. It makes sense. He just pops up.
yeah. I mean, he has a massive role in the books,
Mm.
in like the mid books because of like this whole like elves at Hogwarts thing,
Yeah, they just cut that shit out.
and he helps Harry with the number 4
Oh,
stuff. I think.
yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Number 4
yeah.
stuff. Well put. Well put.
How do you feel about Voldemort being the villain again? Like technically.
I think it's fine.
Mm.
I don't know. Was that a point for you where it's like, oh, you wish they'd done something different?
No, I kind of I do like it, but like I could kind of see like how some people would be like, oh, we're bringing back Voldemort again, like kind of thing, like so like early.
Oh, if you were just like watching this film.
Yeah. But then like when you think about it,
Yeah.
like it's yeah. I mean, I don't want to spoil, how frequently he appears, but like
This is way harder than I thought.
yeah. But like more often than not, it is him. So I think it's fine. Is what I say. And I like the version we do get of him. I think it's a good inkling as to what comes later again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This, I think it's funny, like, and it's fine because it is the first movie, but like the least relevant iteration of Voldemort we get is the first films, with like the behind, him existing behind the head, like, like it's fine, but in terms of like relation to later, like this Tom Riddle stuff, it does end up feeling relevant,
Yeah, yeah, big time.
which is cool.
Mm.
And then, so yeah, it's really only the first film that sort of doesn't quite fit in that regard. And, everything from now on feels like it fits into the bigger picture with him as a character.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. Although, are you looking forward to, with the show, having to, are you, this is actually the key question. Are you going to switch your pronunciation to Voldemort?
Oh, Voldemort. Oh yeah.
Are you going to go with it or not? Because the show is definitely going to say Voldemort.
I don't think so. I think I'll stick with the 2.
Stick with the T.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing is,
I
I
want
think
to stick with the
it's
T.
for the long. I think the audiobooks forever have always like had it like sans T.
Right.
So like there's been a case for it forever. I'm pretty sure. And I think even in Stephen Fry, did he do the narration of like the audible one before this new one?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure in his one, like he doesn't do the T. So like for a lot of people, like they probably do say it properly, but Voldemort's fine.
Voldemort's fine with me, man. I think I'm just going to stick with Voldemort. Like, if the show manages to get me to change my pronunciation, then I'll give that as a credit to the show, because like right now I'm not in the mood to change. I'm like, bro, I've been saying Voldemort all my life, 2 decades. I'm
I
not
just feel like
changing
it's
it.
not even like that much. Like I feel like even sometimes like when I just kind of mumble, like I lose the T anyway. Like it's not really that big of a deal.
I guess not. It honestly just triggers me that this even happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The fact that JK came out like 10 years too late and was like, oh, it was actually originally meant to be pronounced as Voldemort. It's like, why didn't you just tell someone at the time? You know what I mean? Like, you're telling me that she couldn't just tell Chris Columbus in 1999 how to say it properly, and then this would never have happened. Like,
Yeah.
this to me just indicates that you just never really cared that much until you decided to start caring about it. And now you're like forcing it down my throat. It's like, you could have just corrected this in the first place. That's all I'm saying. And then we never would have had this mess. I feel like even if it was originally Voldemort, that was the idea, and then everyone started saying Voldemort, you didn't correct anyone. It's like, and then it's fine to go out and say, oh, by the way, like it was originally meant to be Voldemort, but everyone just said Voldemort, and that's fine. That's okay. But then to now try and like actually change it and like reverse engineer it, I'm like, bro, you got to just accept what everyone else accepts. You know what I mean? You can't try and force this shit, which they are. So great. Anyways, that was my. I've been holding in that rant for like 2 years, so I had to get it out.
Yeah, I didn't realize you felt that strongly about it.
It's just bullshit, dude. Like, at a certain point, you got to accept. Everyone says it this way. I don't want to be an inconvenience to the universe, to the world. So I'm not going to change it. You know what I mean? She didn't care. She was more than happy to be an inconvenience to everyone, everywhere. God damn. Anyways. How did you feel about this? Same, obviously, you already touched on it at the start, but like, I wanted to get into the plot and the mystery this time. I think the thing that this film does that was lacking for me in Philosopher's Stone is that the mystery plot's just better because it has better drama along the way. It evolves with some red herrings, you know, like Hagrid, obviously. For a second, you think Harry's the heir because he can speak Parcel Tongue. There's also more stakes this time. You know, Hermione goes down, which is pretty huge.
Yeah, which like I don't know. I don't like how little Hermione we get. I mean, she's in it like enough, but like
in the latter half,
like yeah, for being like, you know, one of the golden trio, like she's not in it.
Not in it enough. No.
Yeah.
No. I think they're all pretty equal from here on out, which is good. They don't. I don't think they really do that again.
Yeah, I think Ron gets sidelined a bit in 4 just because of what happens, but
Smelly Ron.
You'll get to that, yeah.
We'll get to Smelly Ron and why he's sidelined. He deserved to be sidelined. But like, I guess I agree with that because I like Hermione, but also at the same time, I don't mind it adding some stakes.
Yeah,
and
for
Dumbledore getting suspended as well, and like obviously just like the whole thing's like the threat of the school being closed. You know, oh my god. To me, that's just a lot of all that sort of adds up to just be better drama than the first one.
Yeah.
Which is why I enjoyed it more. Even though obviously I know everything that's going to happen in this movie, but I think for a first time watch, even like everything that's revealed with Ginny and the Tom Riddle diary stuff, like I think it is pretty decent. Like first time watching, I'd be like, oh, that's, you know, I'd be satisfied with it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't know. I think the Tom Riddle stuff, the way it's revealed to us, is quite well written. I don't know, in like kind of the drips and drops we do get before the reveal. Yeah, I don't know.
I agree. I like the flashback. I like how Dumbledore in the flashback looks like he's 80 years old and that was 50 years ago. And that just made me think.
That's like it's like the time of Jude Law and Dumbledore.
Dude. So you're telling me Jude Law was that guy 10 years before that?
Yeah.
That's pretty trippy.
Not even, like that would just straight up be Jude Law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you look at this movie in isolation, the way I always viewed it was like Dumbledore's like 40 or something, right? And 50 years ago, he actually was like 90, you know? And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But then now with Jude Law thrown into it, it ruins it because it's like, timeline wise, he actually should be he should look like Jude Law pretty much, or like a bit older. Instead, it's just Richard Harris looking really, really old still.
Yeah, they do drop how old he actually is. I just can't remember how it is. How old it is.
I don't think they do.
When when they release Hogwarts: A History or like whatever, like the Dumbledore teleport. Don't they drop a? I'm pretty sure they drop an actual date.
No, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure about that. Yeah.
He was born in 1881.
Huh. So that means he's like
110? Yeah.
During these. Okay. I mean, okay. Oh my god. So that mean he was like, Jude Law was like 60?
Yeah.
Or 50?
What is it, 20s or 30s? I don't know. Yeah. 50 to 60. Which, like, Jude Law's probably actually that old.
Jude Law's in his mid-50s, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Yeah. That's fine.
I mean, Wizards live for like, 150 odd years, I think it is. So, like, maybe they do look a bit more youthful in their age. No.
Makes sense. I agree with that. The other thing I liked about the mystery in this film is that it just feels more dangerous overall. Like, we're not dealing with the really big stuff that we end up dealing with, which I definitely prefer. But even within the confines of these being the early years, the family friendly years, if you will, the PG years when I could still watch these movies before they became M. That's how I define them. Even still within that, like, I don't know, this film, blood being written on the walls, goddamn, it just being darker in general, Filcher's cat, which they get away with saying, oh, she's not dead, looked super dead for the first minute. Super dead. So they kind of do get around that one a bit. But I don't know, it just does feel a bit darker, a bit more dangerous. And kind of, I don't know, like, if I were a kid, I'd find parts of this film kind of scary. Oh, the Aragog scene, obviously being no exception. But even, like, I don't know, like the snake and like all the corridor scenes and just like the feeling of like something being on the loose. Yeah. It's pretty, like, I don't know, it's pretty creepy. Did you know Jason Isaacs did the voice of the basilisk? Like I
think I have heard that before. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. It's a fun little trivia there for you. So yeah, that's good. Did you know, I guess I should have brought it up when we were just talking about it, but James McAvoy turned down the part of the Tom Riddle in the flashbacks, and obviously, when he shows up in the Chamber of Secrets.
Jeez, he would have been young as.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Absolutely.
I don't really think of James McAvoy as young, I kind of always picture him as 30. Even
I can see him young because he's in oh my god, what's that show called? Band of Brothers. He's in Band of Brothers, and he's like 20.
Is he in Band of Brothers?
He's in an episode.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in there when he's 20. Like, this would have been pretty much the same time, so I can just picture that. And like, he would fit in for sure.
Yeah. But even like, I think about Atonement's like only 5 years after this, and I just that's just him as 30.
Yeah. He's
been 30 since then.
Yeah, that's right. I think he's like 26 in Atonement or something. I could be wrong.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, no, I think he would have fit in, but that's all right. No dramas. We got him now as Mad Eye Moody, so it's okay. I love that so much. I love it.
And Keira Knightley as well. I just feel like the both from Atonement are in it. That's crazy.
I know, that's why they were my highlights when I texted you about it.
Yeah. So I only just put that together now. Yeah.
Those are my two people.
Keira Knightley's Umbridge is just so... She just doesn't give Umbridge vibes. Like her voice, I can say it doing it, like, obviously, but like...
Yeah.
As a person, obviously, it's like,
No, as a person, absolutely not. And like on screen, absolutely not. But like, I think the voice, like, it'll work for sure. That's funny. God, I want to listen to those so bad. I'm going to have to hold out. The chamber set, actually, we sort of skipped over that one, but I love the look of this set. It's pretty scary for for a family movie, and like, I just love the statues, and I don't know, what is it? Is it like Merlin or whatever it is up the top?
I think it's Slytherin. like
Oh, it's
Salazar.
Slytherin himself.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And all like the reflective water on the ground. It's just I like it a lot. It's a cool
Yeah.
set.
It's funny because like every time, like whenever I see like the pipes clue as like how he's getting around, I'm like he's fucking fitting around like little couple of pipes that are like fucking
Yeah.
1 inch wide. I'm like it can't be that big. I'm like no, right? It's an old castle where like everything's like massive. Like makes sense.
Yeah,
A
true.
bit more anyway.
I didn't really honestly never really thought of that. But yeah, you're right. Man, are there I don't know, what I said at the start about this film being funny, like, did that resonate with you? Did you find it funnier than the first one like I did?
Yeah. I think Lockhart is one of the biggest sources of it. Like when he gets rid of Harry's bones, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. What else?
For me, honestly, Rupert Grint and his facial expressions just contribute a
he
lot.
does really well. Because like across all the spider stuff. But then like with the spider stuff, even like Hagrid just like kind of speaking to thin air and just like, yeah, follow the spiders. Like it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then like obviously everything that happens with his wand. Yeah, like I think there's like a good bit of comedy around Ron in this film.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Agreed.
obviously, you also have like the howler, but like it's a bit hard to laugh at that one. I don't know.
Oh, that's brutal, and everyone has to hear it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. The,
like people like I don't know how aware you of it you are, but like because like whenever the conversation comes up that like there is no good like adults in Harry Potter, people like would point to like Molly Weasley being a good adult, or like Arthur is a good adult. But then like when people say Molly, like people like talk about like how like she's like borderline abusive to like the entire family, and like especially to Ron, and like there is like a bit of discussion about it, I guess later with like Ron feeling unwanted and like how much Molly contributes to that. And
wow, I've never really thought about this dynamic in the Weasley family. This is kind of deep.
But yeah, like there's it. Like I mean, like you can probably like do it now as well. But, like there is like no good adults, or very few anyway. I mean, Hagrid you can probably say is a good adult. Arthur Weasley you can probably say as well.
Yeah.
But the others all have like a questionability about them. Even Sirius is pretty. Sirius is a hard one, probably because of the secrets, I guess maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's quite a few. Future spoilers.
Yeah.
But it's I like McGonagall's cool. Are you not counting teachers?
I actually don't know what the post. Yeah, like when people talk about like no good adults, I don't know like if they only refer to like
Parents?
well, like it does extend to teachers. I know because like when people say that Dumbledore's not a good adult because like he's because of spoilers.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. McGonagall, whether she factors into it, yeah, maybe. Yeah, good point. Maybe that post was baseless. Maybe these people aren't actually.
Total dumbass.
Yeah.
Dismissed. Yeah, no, I don't know. There's yeah, I get it a little
But
bit.
I think basically it's like Molly's not as good of a person as you think, kind of.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Yeah, and like the howler to like publicly shame Ron is like one of like the case in point ones,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that. I don't think that's like the best parenting style necessarily. Poor Ron seems to take it pretty well, considering like he's obviously embarrassed, but like he doesn't seem like he gets depressed about it. He kind of keeps
like
going.
I don't think it's ever written for her to be a bad parent, but I just think like when you actually look at like what it is, it's like oh no, she is.
Yeah, that's right. The the scene in the bookshop in Diagon Alley where, by the way, whenever I talk about Diagon Alley in this movie, I say Diagon Alley. Like, I kind of just subconsciously do that. But like Hermione's parents are actually there.
Yeah, that tripped me up this time as well. Like I
I'd
don't
never
know,
noticed that. I
in
swear.
Previous ones, like I don't know how much I clock it. Like that tripped me up. I'm like they're just allowed. I'm like no.
That's kind of shocking to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they obviously This is kind of confusing, actually. I guess they understand their daughter goes to magic school.
Yeah, and it has to like because you can't just like let your 11-year-old go to a random wizard street by themselves, or like with like because
Yeah.
you being a Muggle, like like you won't know any other wizards, obviously. So it's like you don't have other wizards you can trust for it to take her. So like it makes sense, like they have to be there. But like
Yes.
at the same time, it's like, oh, right.
It's like, considering the exposure of their world is so important and comes up several times in this film as it relates to the flying car and being seen and all that. Like, do they just rely on all the Muggle parents to not rat on them? Or is there some magic
Yeah.
contingency there?
I mean,
I
I
don't
guess
know.
so, because like you just, yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of weird, right? Like what do Hermione's parents tell all their Muggle friends? Like, oh,
She just goes to a
what do
boarding
you guys get
school.
up to today?
No, you
Boarding
just went,
school.
yeah, you went supply shopping for school, back to school. Like you don't have to say you went to magic fucking supply school. Yeah, so,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
but the fact that like no parent like ever like kind of rats about it. I mean, I guess like the belief aspect is like the other part. So like no one's gonna believe you.
I guess, but like this, I don't feel like this is a tiny number. Like, it's a minority for sure, but I don't think it's a tiny, tiny number of parents that this affects. Like, I'm sure there's a decent amount, like thousands of parents
Yeah.
we're talking about here that, I don't know, do they have like a secret club? Like a secret, I don't know. I just feel like they need some support. They need like community. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Mm.
Yeah, but them being in Diagon tripped me out. It's like, wait, so Muggles can get in here.
I mean, Hermione would just bring him in through, I guess.
Hermione brings them. How do they get introduced to it for the first time? Like how do they, at what point, they have to have an
Yeah,
onboarding system.
because like, yes, like when the Muggles get their Hogwarts letters, like,
Yeah.
do they come with a teacher to explain what it is, or like,
Right? Because it's like, you just think this is the most scam thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
And then how do you convince them that it's true?
yeah,
Like, they have to have a system for that because it would happen every year, obviously.
yeah. Interesting.
Also, is it not total bullshit stitched up that Hermione obviously would have been going to regular school, right? Because she was just a muggle kid.
Yeah.
Well, Ron didn't have to go to regular school. He got to sit around on his ass until he was 11.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's a bit unfair. I feel like Hermione should have, and Harry too, Harry went to school, should
Yeah.
have some kind of, I don't know, compensation?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like you wasted years of your life at muggle school for no reason.
Mm.
Do you get a payout for that?
Maybe it's someone in the ministry's job. Like maybe it is like a ministry job. Because like, you know how Arthur works in like the department of like, non-magical things or
Yeah,
whatever.
muggle artifacts or whatever.
Yeah. Maybe there's something like attached to that where like, there's like a division that like welcomes people in like softly.
I feel like there would have to be.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, because I feel like Hogwarts, like you could say that's Hogwarts' job, but Hogwarts can barely do anything administratively correctly at all. So like they're barely hanging on as an organization, to be honest. So I feel like you couldn't trust them. I feel like it would make sense if the ministry, if there was a role in there for that. In terms of, I don't know, there was just little funny moments all throughout this movie that cracked me up. Like, I love the introduction of Lockhart and when everyone's clapping in the bookstore, and then they just cut to Rupert Grint's face, and he's just looking like, it just made me laugh. I also found it really funny. I don't know why I found this funny this time, but when they go into Lockhart's office, like when he's trying to leave, and they go there, Ron and Harry do, and like Lockhart tries to pull a wand on them, but then he turns around, Harry and Ron have already got their wands on him.
Yeah.
It just made me laugh because that's basically like the equivalent of pulling a gun on someone in this world.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a bunch of 12-year-olds pulling a gun on their teacher, but at a school where everyone has one at all times on them. So I don't know, just like trying to draw the real world parallel to that. It's just like we're a bunch of 12-year-olds. We've all got our guns on us.
But it's
We
like
just
how
pulled our gun on our
at the end when Jason Isaacs tries to kill Harry Potter over freeing Dobby.
Oh, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah. He's
Oh
full
my
on gonna
God.
murder him in daylight, man.
That was so funny. I think I have noticed that before.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't a new thing this time, but the trivia for that was that in the book, when Lucius Malfoy, like, there's no specific spell he casts
Right.
in that moment. And Jason Isaacs said he was reading the fourth book and Avada Kedavra was the only curse like
He
name he could
remembered.
remember. So he just started. He was about to say Avada Kedavra. Oh man! Which I should explain for Andy. This is not a spoiler. Avada Kedavra is the killing spell. You cast it and it's murder.
Yeah.
It kills the person. So Jason Isaacs at the end there, when he's about to cast a spell and Harry starts saying that, it's like he's actually about to murder Harry in the hallway, which I don't think is actually the intent, but like, it's just hilarious. Like no one caught on to that little detail, which just makes me think. Did no one else on set like know that? Like, oh, let's do another take where Jason doesn't say Avada.
I don't know. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, like, it can be explained away by just saying, like, oh, there's another spell that starts that way. Like, I mean, like, it's not that hard.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So maybe they were relying on JK to write another spell into a book later. Yeah.
They also do sometimes get a bit more inconsistent with, like, what certain spells do. Like, obviously in this film, Expelliarmus being used to, like...
Yeah, full on knocks over.
Yeah, like, it's basically the Stupefy equivalent or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, later on, yeah, they sometimes they change that. I think by the time you get to, like, Goblet of Fire, they stick with their spells pretty well, if I recall. But sometimes there's a bit of inconsistency with this first one.
Yeah. I think also, like, they kind of, like, generalize a couple of things, more things. Because, like, even in these earlier ones, like, there's a bunch of random spells that kind of get thrown out for, like, specific uses that you just never see again.
Yeah, that's totally true. Yeah. There's a bunch in this movie. Yeah, because I get to know the spells, and this movie had a few where I'm like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. Like, the one that, like, Hermione uses to, like, blow up the bludger. That's useless. Just use,
Oh, yeah.
Use anything else.
Yeah. Absolutely. The score was really good again, unsurprisingly. It had, I noticed the score in the Quidditch scene had huge prequels energy. Huge.
Oh, really?
Big time. Like, could absolutely have been swapped in for the pod race. And, it's not a coincidence because, like, John was writing these at the same time. But, like, you could tell he was in a mode. He was in a gear where he was, like, I couldn't explain what the instruments were, but there's, like, a specific part of the Quidditch score where, like, I don't know, like, some sort of percussion thing was being used. And I'm like, that is straight from the Star Wars prequels. Like, it's clearly he likes this at the moment. He's into this instrument right now. So yeah, that was funny to notice. Have you seen the post-credit scene for this movie?
Is there one?
Yes.
What?
It's very short. It's like one of those cute. Like, this is a little cute one, but it's in the window of the bookstore. It's like Lockhart. It's got a new book. Well, I guess I don't know if this kind of confused me. I guess, but it's a book in the bookstore of Lockhart, and it says "Who am I?" and it's like of him all deranged. I couldn't tell if like was he meant to have written that, or is it like a biography on him now?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why he would have written a book about himself, not knowing who he is, and selling it, because wouldn't that imply that because that was the old him that knew how to sell books and do all that.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand the joke there, I guess. But regardless, it's just a cute little thing of like.
Does it show up at like the very end of the credits? Does it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't seen it because like there's many times where I would have let that roll, just while it was like, especially when I was younger.
Yeah.
Damn, that's pisser.
It is very early, and they never do it again. But it's there for you. I think I'm wrapping up.
Yeah, I think you touched on the big things. I think one thing that this film does is that it starts trying to introduce a couple of the other like kind of kids at the school, which I kind of wish they did more, just like kind of flesh it out a bit. Like you get to know other people as well, but like, I mean like kind of insignificant, like that Justin kid, like that is just kind of there. You know, like you get to learn about other characters that become part of the group, you know, and Luna and all that shit. But I think I always like I understand it's hard in the 2-hour time period to do it, and like harder than it is to do it in the books. But I kind of wish that the films, I mean all of them, but like this one like at least like makes an effort to introduce some other people. But like in Colin as well, I guess Colin's like a good example of that. They're just like kind of side character that exists.
Yeah.
And you get to know a little bit that doesn't become like important to. I wish there's a bit more of that, and I applaud this film for doing it.
Yeah, I honestly don't know who Justin is.
He's a kid that is getting taunted by the snake and then he gets petrified.
Oh my god, yeah, absolutely, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I totally blanked on him. I guess, I don't know, is there anything to say about Parseltongue, considering it's related to our question of the week?
I was gonna say something earlier, but it led into spoiler territory.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
I
But
like how they
it's interesting to me
tease
that
that.
that Parseltongue is like so elusive, but like I think
Mm,
that is it not just like a kind of charm that lets you talk to animals? Maybe not.
like there should be,
Yeah. It's always
to be
interesting to me that
honest.
like that Parseltongue is like, you know, this like rare gift in a world of
Yeah,
magic. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's fair. Like, where do you draw the line between, well, why can't this just be a spell?
Mm. I don't know.
It's magic, who knows? Alright,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
good.
pretty
Let's get to our final verdicts for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Jaden.
I think I think I think I'll drop it down to a 7 again, where it historically has been, but then as I was saying, like a couple of rewatches recently, it's been at the 8. I think I might take it back down just based on feeling alone. Whereas like I think it can easily bounce between those two at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do the opposite. And I've always been a 7. I'm going to give it to an 8. Boost it up. I enjoyed it for sure. Although I am very much like Chamber, like we've said before, like Prisoner of Azkaban is where it like
Yeah,
you
it's
start
where it
getting
all
into a
starts.
groove
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. So
But you think like it's also like the start of like when like I don't want to say you lose the magic, but like the teachers like start dressing like in a bit more like I don't know, like if you looked at the end of year banquet here and you looked at the teachers around like Dumbledore's and like to take Dumbledore as an example, but then like some of the teachers around him, like they are kind of just like very what do you call it, like eclectic looking and like
mhm.
their clothes as well. Whereas like you start losing some of that, I guess, going forward, you know?
Yeah, a
And
little
like, I
bit.
think you lose some of like the kind of whimsical stuff.
Yeah,
Um, which I mean, like, you know, obviously you lose it for the maturity of it, but like also like it's not doesn't feel like something that needed to be lost at the same time. Like just like the kind of like whimsical designs of some things. But yeah. It's,
yeah. I think you're spot on. I just don't mind it. Like that's
yeah.
why I appreciate it. I appreciate that it's here, and then I don't mind how it evolves personally. Although that's a good point. Like, do you reckon the show's going to make more of an effort to kind of maintain it a bit longer? I wouldn't be surprised if they do.
Mm. Yeah, I could see that happening.
Because I know, obviously, like, don't get me wrong, there are going to be people watching the show, like, aging up with it, like people, like kids who start watching the show,
Yeah.
you know, with the first one. Like, there is going to be kids that grow up with the show for sure, but I think like less so, just because like there's already a huge established fan base of like a ton of people watching the show are going to be like 30 years old, in their 30s, 40 years old, whatever.
Mm.
So I think I'm just saying that to say that they don't need to. I don't think rely as much on the idea that they're aging up with their audience, because their
Yeah.
audience is, I think, large part already adults.
And the audience has that is an adult has a shit attention span anyway. And just they won't stick with the show past season 1.
Yep, absolutely.
Mm.
Or past
Do you
episode 1.
yeah, just quickly as well. Do you guys like? I think I consider all Harry Potter films, maybe not all, but like I think I generally consider them Christmas films because like there's always something significant happening around Christmas, and like you always do spend time. Like in the first one, you obviously have you know Harry's actual Christmas, and this one you have either they do the Polyjuice stuff. In the third
Mhm,
one, you have I mean don't like you have Hogsmeade stuff basically without
mhm.
saying too much. And then like there's the Yule Ball. There's always something about Christmas, you know. So
Yeah.
I know it's not like it's like a massive part, but like there's always like a decent chunk of Christmas. So like, I think in my mind I do kind of think of them as Christmas movies.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
I think they have that vibe. I never really thought of that, but
yeah,
there is something about, man, I get jealous for the thought of like, I don't know, winter Christmas and like cozy fireplace, comfort movies in that time of year. Like, obviously, this is assuming that if you were to live in the northern hemisphere where there's winter Christmas. Like that very much. I love the idea of that. And like it somehow still can kind of translate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there is this idea of like cozy Christmas movies, even though it's friggin' hot here.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like it works like it works one way, but not the other way around. You know, you can never make a like I don't even know if there isn't really an Australian Christmas film, but like they tried to do that one a couple of years ago on Stan. What was it? Like,
Oh, I think I know what you mean.
yeah, but like that's I didn't watch it, but like that's just not something that like I could imagine appealing to anyone that has like traditional Christmas films that can't relate to
Yeah,
like the actual like environment of it.
yeah, absolutely
Yeah.
agreed. Yeah, but no, I like thinking of these as Christmas films. I think that's nice. Alrighty, now it's time for our highlights of the week. Jaden, I was just going to use "Wake Up, Dead Man." Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I'm sure to talk about that.
Yeah, nice. Um, so I watched this film. I watched it in gold class, which was very distracting because they just kept bringing out food and way too much food. And the whole time I was way too conscious of the food. So to be honest, I might have liked this film more if I wasn't distracted. Um, I liked it. I think it's my least favorite.
Oh,
I, I, look. It was a good movie, really solid performances with a interesting mystery that was satisfying enough. But I just didn't find myself on this first viewing. I definitely will end up watching it again.
yeah,
But on this first viewing, I just didn't find myself super entertained by it. Like Glass Onion, I just remember sitting there just thinking this movie's an absolute ball. And I just didn't feel that as much this time. And I get that's obviously part of the, it's a bit more of there's plenty of humor in it for sure. And there's also, the aspect of it being, a more, I don't know, darker tone is not correct, but it's a different tone, I'll say,
it's the
in
darkest
terms of the
one
setting.
so far for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously the whole like mortality aspect to it and religious aspect to it and all that. Um, so like, I don't necessarily want everything to be Glass Onion again, but I don't know, even compared to the first one, I just remember having so much fun with those characters in the first one. I just didn't quite have that level of fun, even though it was still a good mystery. Um, that's kind of my summary. I don't know. How'd you guys respond to it? I feel like there were some higher scores over there.
yeah. I think everyone that watched it when I watched it was very happy with it. I think it was pretty incredible. Um, I think like I'm gonna watch it again like the day it drops on Netflix for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
nice.
and like I think like it's tough for me to kind of place it at the moment just because of my familiarity with the other films. Like I've seen Knives Out a ridiculous amount of times because it just plays on. It used to play on TV all the time, so I'd catch it constantly. And then I've seen Glass Onion like 4 times, so like it's just a film I'm very familiar with. So I think it's a bit hard
Mm,
to judge it in terms of like the other two. Um, but like I think like I think we got an amazing product anyway. Like it's like a solid like 9, I'd say at least for me. But just
well,
in
yeah,
how it scales to the other two is I'm not entirely sure.
yeah,
I think it takes a while for it to have fun with the characters, but then once it has fun with the characters, like it feels familiar again. Whereas like I do agree, like it did feel like unfamiliar territory at the start. It did feel like kind of self serious in a way that we haven't seen Knives Out be before.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but I think it still worked. I think it still lent itself well into the mystery. I think the mystery is fantastic as well. I I thought I had it clocked. I was like for once I was like Ryan, I've beat you. And then it just put me on my face like 13 times, and I was like,
That's
no,
awesome.
yeah, like all credit to him. Like it's way more clever than I ever could have imagined. Um, yeah, I think it's exceptional stuff. Um, I think for a Netflix film, I think it actually looks good as well.
Oh
Which is
yeah, yeah, yeah,
something we were talking about with Frankenstein, and that I think is completely the opposite here. Is that like it's lit incredibly and like dynamically.
yeah,
Um, like like the light is constantly shifting, like when you're in interiors of like the church and like the thing, and it's just such a cool thing of like it works as like kind of like a natural lighting thing, but then like kind of also just reflects like, I don't know, kind of mystery and like kind of the shifting nature of like the case and like kind of like coming into darkness, coming into light. because like it works like story wise, like when there's like revelation stuff, but then like it also is just like a kind of natural element that keeps on happening. It's really cool. So like huge huge props to Ryan for actually extending up to Netflix and saying no, I want my movie to look good. Um,
Sure.
there's
Yeah, you
an,
can tell. Like he just makes his film. Like he's not.
yeah,
There's not much oversight in that
yeah.
regard. I don't think.
There's an incredible dolly zoom that kind of just sets chills down your spine. Probably the best dolly zoom since Lord of the Rings. Um,
Wow, what a tease!
yeah,
I actually don't remember.
yeah.
I remember there being one. I can't place it right now.
Mm, it's pretty late in the film.
We need spoilers to help me.
No, I thought it was fantastic. It was I wish there was a bit more Kaylee Spaney, but that's what
Yeah,
can you do?
yeah. Were there any
Because like
standouts?
I know the cast never said anything about her being like I just kind of like when I saw that her name was attached, I was like, oh yeah, she'll be one of the main ones. Like I know like it was never really like I never really saw anything say like she is like going to be anything more than just like kind of ancillary and
Yeah,
kind of like most like kind of basic way that it is. But like, I was like, oh
ancillary.
yeah, no, she'll be the partner. She'll be Daniel Craig's partner for this one. Yeah. And she wasn't.
That's a bummer. Were there any
Yeah.
standouts like that surprised you in the cast?
In terms of being there, or in terms of like just like
Oh
good
no,
perform. Oh.
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Entertaining performance.
I think that Josh O'Connor is that is the guy, right? Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I always get confused between him and some of the other ones. Like the other guy that's going to be in Eternity, not Miles Teller, the other one. It's
Oh, Callum Turner
Callum.
or
It is
something.
Callum. Yeah, yeah. I get that
I think.
confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Josh O'Connor was really fantastic. It was brilliant.
Jeremy Renner cracked me up.
Yeah, Renner was okay. I think Hayden Thomas Hayden
Thomas Hayden Church. Yeah.
Thomas Hayden Church. That's his last name. Yeah, I liked him. I always like him when he pops up. He always feels like a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I thought Brolin was awesome.
Yeah, Roland was fantastic. Yeah, as well. I think Kerry Washington was also good as well. She had quite a few
Yeah.
moments where she could shine.
Yeah, she did actually. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And then every
Nice.
time that I keep going to say fucking Bernard. It's fucking
Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah.
Dude, I was kind of bummed that he was there in that role.
Because you
I
wanted
love
more,
Jeffrey
is it?
Wright.
Oh.
Because I'm like
Yeah.
every time like something like that happens, I'm kind of like Ryan, you've wasted him now. Like you could have saved him for another one and had it, you know what I mean, and have him be a different character and a bigger role. It's like when he used Ethan Hawke in the last one for like 30 seconds.
For shit all. Yeah.
It's like, dude, just like I don't know, like if maybe I don't know, maybe Ryan's hasn't got plans to make these films forever, but in my mind, I feel like he should be making these films forever and saving as many actors as possible.
I'm pretty sure they've both said. I think like Johnson and Craig have both said they want to be making these films forever.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, first of all, awesome. Second of all, save Ethan Hawke and Jeffrey Wright for bigger parts, please. That's all I'm saying.
But I did like him when he was around. He was great.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward
to some of the other guys,
like
whenever I think about Jeffrey Wright, I go to call him by like character names of like Isaac or Bernard.
Isaac, yeah. That's funny. I hope Ryan does a director's commentary for sure. He did for Like Glass Onion. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully he does it. Cool. I guess that was technically my highlight. Have you got one? Another one?
I mean, I liked Running Man a lot. Probably
Double
an 8
thumbs up.
Yeah, probably an 8, like a pretty strong 8. Pretty decent 8. What's that? We'll say decent 8.
8.4, you said.
Yeah, that was just take the piss a bit because I like putting like arbitrary scales in when I'm not when I don't have to be there. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I think Edgar Wright's not really there to be seen. Like I don't disagree with that fact, but I still think it's a really good film. I think, like from the discussion that I have heard, I think I'm very much aligned with your opinion of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fitzy hated it. That's about it.
Yeah, I bet he hates Edgar Wright anyway, so that's fine. Actually, both of you do. Like, he hates Baby Driver and you hate Last Night in Soho. So, I mean, like, I know. You're
Oh,
both.
Last Night in Soho is absolute ass. But dude, I don't know if you heard.
You're so fucking dumb. You're
You
so
wouldn't have
dumb.
heard because I don't think you haven't listened to the episode yet. I said this is my favorite Edgar Wright movie.
Yeah, no, I heard that. Yeah.
Oh, you heard that part?
Yeah.
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 That's
I'm
dead
about
right.
40 minutes in, I think, 30 minutes in. Yeah. Which is, like, as well, like, that's just beyond dumb for you to say. But, you know, what can you do?
There's not much competition. All right.
Yeah.
Now it's time to hand the show over to you with our question of the show. Last week we asked you, what animal would you like to speak to? Jai said, hummingbird. Whenever Jai has an answer, I feel like I need to look to you for an explanation, but there just is none.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Cool. That's fine. Andy said, a chicken. Possibly a giant chicken who knows how to sell me an expired coupon. I was thinking about going for a basic response like a dog, but Gromit does not have a mouth to begin with. I love that because that implies like you'd be only interested in talking to dogs so you can talk to Gromit. There is also many other dogs. Liam said, honey badger. They pick fights with much larger animals and usually walk away unscathed. I saw a vid of a honey badger getting stretched limb by limb by a pack of wild dogs. No damage incurred. The honey badger got stomped and kicked by a baby elephant, walks away like nothing happened. The ultra-thick skin of the honey badger is a wonder of nature. I want to hear the honey badger's inner thoughts, know his words of affirmation and steal some of their confidence. I knew nothing about honey badgers, but that sounds pretty wild. That's fair. I want to be as resilient as the honey badger as well. That's good thinking. Although maybe, I don't know, they might have no clue that they're so resilient as also. Like maybe their thoughts aren't that interesting like, because they're just physically, they've just evolved to be that way, but they don't know any different. You know what I mean? Maybe they wouldn't have anything interesting to say. Not to shit on your answer, Liam, by the way. But I didn't know that about honey badgers, so I appreciate learning it. Dr. Luke said, dogs. Luke had no issue being generic like Andy suggested. That's fine. It's a good answer. I would like to speak to my dogs as well. Leanne said, filming... Wait, no, that's the trivia for the movie. Leanne said, great question. If I could talk to animals, just imagine it. Chatting to a chimp in chimpanzee. Imagine talking to a tiger, chatting to a cheetah. What a neat achievement that would be. Is Leanne doing like a rhyme? Like a poem? The whole thing's got it written like a poem. It's funny. And like, that rhymes. Anyway, let's see how far it goes. What a neat achievement that would be. If we could talk to the animals, learn their languages, maybe take an animal degree. I'd study elephant and eagle, buffalo and beagle, alligator, guinea pig and flea. Yes, I would very much like to talk to Muriel the magpie. She has been a daily visitor for 22 years. While we communicate very well most of the time, I would like to be able to warble in her language. Or it would be really handy if she could speak English. She had had numerous children, a number of husbands, and lived in at least 2 locations across from our house. She's a constant companion. We understand each other, but we don't speak the same language, sadly. So if I could walk with the animals, talk with the animals, grunt and squeak and squawk with the animals, and they can squeak and squawk and speak and talk to me. Thank you, Dr. Leanne. That was like some Roald Dahl, like Dr. Zeus stuff. I loved it. Not what I was expecting to read today. Man, I have to, usually we accuse those who write in of stealing our answers, but I'll take the L because obviously, Dr. Leanne, we've established Muriel the magpie in our lore. I knew obviously that was going to be probably her answer. It's a good answer. So I guess I'm stealing her answer when I say I want to be able to talk to magpies as well. And that's because I'm really scared of them. And I feel like I need to go through a humanizing process. So, for lack of a better term, with magpies by getting to know them and just desensitize myself to them a little bit. And hopefully I can overcome my fear eventually of magpies by talking to them. But until that day comes, I'm going to be continually scared of magpies, I think. So yeah, they're like the only like animal that actually gets around, like, that you'd reasonably see that I'm scared of.
Mm.
So I feel like it makes the most practical sense for me to try and overcome that by getting to know them.
Fair enough.
Jaden, what is your answer?
I don't know. I don't really have a good answer for this. Nothing interesting, you know.
You
I
want to
mean,
chat to Norman?
I do, but then like it's basic, isn't it?
Eh.
uh,
I would rather. I'd honestly, like, don't get me wrong. Dogs is a sufficient answer. I would rather
mm,
chat to cats than dogs. I think cats have got more going on up there.
probably. Yeah.
I just think they're smart. I think they'd have more thoughts on things.
Yeah. I think cats are frequent enough as well that it's like, yeah, it kind of becomes a useful language as well. You know, it's like
Yeah,
when you're
yeah, yeah.
teaching kids language, you know, you teach them useful language like Chinese. You don't teach them fucking like I know German. Who speaks German? You know,
Right, right. But
Germans
there
do.
are plenty of cats around you can speak to.
Yeah. So it's like, why would you learn honey badger when you're never going to see a honey badger in your life? Um,
Okay. Yeah,
I'm going to
that's
see
fair.
cats every day. You know, so yeah,
Yeah.
I think picking a common animal is better use of your power.
Yeah, I agree. Unless, like, I don't know, if you really badly wanted to speak to, like, something at the zoo, you could, I guess, get, like, a zoo membership and go and visit them all the time and have a chat, like, become mates with the elephants or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you were keen enough. Like, if you
I mean,
really
you could
loved
just do like
elephants.
just like move to like Africa and just like get one of like those protection jobs for like you know like endangered species, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
So like certain monkeys like have just hunters that like accompany them because like you know they have to like
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
out. Yeah, you can do that and make a job out of it. Yeah, and, like
Definitely. You'd
demand like
have to.
insane pay because like you can actually communicate. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd have to, like, probably really love them to want to uproot your whole life and move to Africa for them. But I'd want to hang out with the tigers personally. I hate and give them a
Mm.
hug.
Yeah, do tigers count under the cat's umbrella?
Ooh. I mean, like, I feel like they technically should speak the same language. Maybe it's like German and Dutch where it's like kind of overlap.
Yeah, like there's like
It's not
96%
exactly the
like
same.
compatibility. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but they can
mm.
understand each other enough.
Yeah,
So maybe I'd
yeah.
learn cat to, like, be able to speak with my cats because that's the most common use I'm gonna get. And then I
And
can
then be
also go to Africa.
conversational in tiger. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds pretty appealing.
Uh,
I like that. Okay. As always, we'd love you to submit your responses, thoughts, and or reviews for next week's film in the YouTube or Instagram comment section, or join the Discord server. This week, the specific question we'll be asking you is, what is the strongest year-long run for an actor that an actor has had? Let us know. That comes to mind. For context, for understanding, the reason we're asking this question is because Matthew McConaughey happens to be in next week's film that released in 2014, which Jaden will tell us what the film is in a second, but I'm sure you can figure it out. But that was a hell of a year-long run he had where Dallas Buyers Club won the Academy Award for that. This blank film that we're about to review, I don't know why I won't just say it. And then also True Detective. All of these roles, all these things in a 12-month period, a year-long run for Matthew McConaughey. Pretty epic run that he had there. I think like Mud was like not. Oh, you said
yeah,
Wolf of Wall
Mud was
Street.
2012. Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street
Yeah, Wolf of Wall
2013.
Street. So we're extending it a
It was
bit
very
there, but
much
like
in like the kind of the what do you call it?
the
The reconnaissance.
is that what they call it? Yeah.
Reconnaissance, yeah.
That's funny.
Like that
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that
yeah.
that late 2010, like early 2010s period of like just
Yeah,
revival for him. Yeah.
the huge revival. Absolutely, yeah. So what's another example of that for an actor that impressed you or that stands out? Let us know.
Yeah. But like, you know, we'll try to keep like 1 year plus minus 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to be too strict with the year thing necessarily. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get the gist. But yes, that is it for this week's episode. Thanks everyone for tuning in, Jaden. I mean, I basically already said it, but what are we doing next week?
Next week we are doing Interstellar. Interstellar. It's a Christopher Nolan film. Probably like the third odd one that we're doing on the show.
Really?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Tenet,
Yeah. Well, we've done
Tenet, Oppenheimer.
Prestige,
Oh, we did
Tenet.
Prestige as well. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Fourth one that we're doing
Any
on the show.
others? That might be the fourth then. Yeah.
Yeah, fourth Nolan. One of the biggest ones. Probably the second biggest one. Maybe third. Nah, second. I'd say second biggest one.
Yeah.
It's on Stan if you want to stream it. Or if you have a DVD. Maybe there's an IMAX showing. They seem to do that pretty often, to be honest.
They actually do, like, every 6 months or so.
Yeah.
Which I mean is
yes.
fair.
Many ways to watch this movie.
It's a huge one. We're ticking it off. We held out. We kind of held out because I know Fitzy was kind of self-conscious about doing this one because it's like, you know, male-run movie podcast reviews Interstellar. But we held out a long time. I think it's fair. We can do it now.
Yeah.
It's okay. We've proven that we're here to stay. We're not just some fleeting podcast, so we can do it now. It's going to be pretty huge. All right. I appreciate Jaden for joining me as always. Have a great rest of your week, everyone, and goodbye.